Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good blessed Saturday. Oh my thing. What's everybody plans for today? I know mine is that I'm probably gonna rest. I just got off work from doing a couple overtime hours. Okay, can y'all hear me? Whoever's in here, can you hear me? I just lost connection to my mic. Okay, so I guess the connection came back. But yeah, what y'all doing on this good Saturday? Again, if you didn't hear me before, I just got off doing a couple overtime hours. So I said, let me go live and see what they doing on YouTube. Child, after 4 years, my friend had me listening to She Come Last Night. She said, did you ever see that thing on YouTube that R. Kelly did? A song called I Admit, 19 minutes long. I said, girl, no. But I went and listened to it. And baby, wow. He really admitted, I tell you that. He really admitted. Kind of admitted. He didn't really admit to no, I don't think I can't say that he really admitted to like anything like specifically. He did mention that he messed with younger and older women. But he didn't like just say, you know. But then a crazy thing that he said, not good, but a crazy thing that he said, and that he said, stop bringing your daughters to me. I said, wow. I said that the whole time though, from the very beginning of that. That's R. Kelly. You know that man ain't going out here chase. He just like he said, I don't chase women. That's why not only him should have been held accountable. It was a lot of people in that situation that should have been held accountable. They love to say the hands of one is the hands of all, but they don't be doing that these days. Like people be sitting around letting their friends do reckless stuff. And just on the strength that you're supposed to be a friend and you let your friend crash out. You just as guilty as your friend. You letting your friend crash out like that right in your face. But these days, as we all can see, definitely on these YouTube streets too, we definitely all see it. I just see it in all different kind of. I don't understand what a sector. I know what sectors mean, but as far as a sector, I don't think a sector. You talk about whatever you get on here to talk about. Ain't nobody grouping up or clicking up with nobody. I know I ain't like grouping up or clicking up with nobody. I only can stay on certain topics. I ain't doing that. I'm on here to talk about whatever it is that floats my boat. Whatever it is, I wake up in the morning and feel like I want to talk about, or we want to get on here and laugh about. So I don't know what they mean when they say sectors. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Is that what you have to do on YouTube? Like, could you only talk about a specific topic, or like I don't know. I'm new. I'm just still trying to figure it out. But I don't know what the sector thing is. I don't know what that's about. Why people keep saying that? Because I don't ever hear like other people on YouTube that do different kind of content. I don't be hearing them mention things like sectors and stuff. This is the first time I've heard stuff like that on over here on this side. I guess. Well, on the videos that I do watch from the queens that I watch, they panels, but I don't know. I'm just gonna talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. I ain't gonna stay in the middle of nothing. I'm just gonna talk about whatever it is that's on my mind. And that's about it. I don't know. I'm not sticking. I ain't doing none of that. Cause you get caught up in some mess you ain't got nothing to do with. So no. I'll pass. But y'all talk to me. I see it says 2 people watching. How y'all doing on this good Saturday? How are y'all doing? Do y'all got plans for the day? But yeah, I was like, wow, he did. You know what? One thing we cannot deny is that man's raw, uncut talent. He told us a story admitting his faults, but he told it in 19 minutes. And just the way that the fact that he was singing it, you know, he R. Kelly, he was singing it. I listened to the whole 19 minutes. That surprised me. That surprised me. I listened to the whole 19 minutes. And why did I not know that he put out a whole song called I Admit, talking about what he had done in his life? I never knew until my friend called me yesterday. I guess she just probably found it too. But then when I went to it, it was like it had been posted 4 years ago. I was like, well, wow. 4 years ago? Why am I just knowing about it? But anywho, it was crazy, but I couldn't find myself. I couldn't see myself listening to a 19-minute song, but I did last night. I fell asleep before I could go on other panels. I know it was some good conversations. That them after dark conversations be litty. Yeah, they be something else on here to watch. But you go from watching different videos, seeing different. Because right now I'm in the learning stage. I'm just learning like what to do, and I just see so many people get so personal on here. Like I came across a video of a lady. What's her name? Live Jazzy or something jazzy. But anyway, like people on the internet call it CPS. Like what the heck? But I know LA was going through that too. Like, why do y'all play games like that? You got to be one press person to do some mess like that. And not because you see these children being abused. You don't see these children being, not taken care of. Just because you doggone don't got nothing to do. You feel like it's okay to track somebody down that you don't know and do that to them and their children. Boy, I tell you. Like I said last night, baby. When people start reaping what they sown, it's gonna be a lot of sad people. And they ain't gonna, I don't understand why I gotta go through this. You better think back. You better think back to why you gotta go through this. You know why. You don't want to hold yourself accountable. It's easy for you to call everybody else out on their BS. It's easy for you to tell everybody else what they doing wrong. But it's hard to look yourself in the face with the BS that you done put out. Because you too busy throwing the rock and hiding your hand. You too busy acting like you ain't never did nothing to nobody. You too busy acting like the victim. Instead of admitting that you are the victimizer. Yeah, that's what you are. But child, we all gonna have to do that though. We all gonna have to, at some point, look at, because that's the only way you're gonna advance in life. Holding yourself accountable for the things that you've done. Because that's all you can hold yourself accountable for. The things that you've done that you knew better than to do. That's the only person you can hold accountable in life. It's yourself. That's why I listen, I laugh, because that's what I like in my life. I've had enough sorrow. I've had enough torment. I've had enough traumas. I don't want to do nothing now but live, laugh, and learn. If I can't laugh with you, or I can't learn from you, I have no reason to be in your space. That's the way I live my life. Shoot, anybody who living their life any different, crazy. Why would you want to? Why would you want to wallow in misery with somebody else? It's a no-go for me. It is a no-go for me. I'll pass. Y'all can have that misery. I don't want no pause. You could have that, okay? If nothing else in this life I don't want to participate in. Misery is the main one on the top of the list. Misery and nah, I don't want none of that. But yeah, I went in for some overtime today because it ain't really overtime for me though. But I usually don't work on weekends. But lately I've been picking up shifts. Because baby, Christmas coming. And honey, although minds will walk around here and say they don't believe in Santa Claus. How you don't believe in Santa Claus but you expect to get gifts for Christmas? Well, who the heck? I believe that if you just don't believe in Santa Claus, you don't need to get no gifts. That's what I believe. Even though Christmas ain't even about that, I'm still just saying, you know, when it comes to children, they try to make it about that, about Santa, this guy coming down your chimney. But mine's, hey, dropping in with Kai. Oh, where you been? I was looking for you. When I was looking for you. The day before yesterday, when Kim was on Read Aloud getting blessed, I said, I know you wasn't there, so I had to hit your thing. But I said, I know she's somewhere crying, eating them boiled peanuts and eating them pickles. Because I was waiting for you to come, Kai, and I ain't see you. I said, I'm never go ahead and do this for Kai. Do this for the one time. But yeah, I just do not. Thank you, boo. You going live today? Yeah, I said, let me get on early. Oh, I had to take a mental break. I understand, Kai. I understand. Nobody in control of that mental but you. I understand. Anytime you need to take that break, take it. And you don't owe nobody no explanations, baby. Because that's what I love to tell people. If you ain't in control of your mind and you don't demand peace in your life, baby, you going to crumble every time. And ain't nothing worth that. Ain't nothing worth losing your mind or messing with your mental. Because once that mind get away from you, it's hard to get it back. But I'm happy to see you back, boo. I am happy to see you back. That's right. I might go sometime this week. Okay. I got my notifications on for you. I gotta make sure. I'm gonna make sure though. But I put them on that day. I had subscribed. But yeah, what you doing today, Kai? I saw you live and I said, let me go check my girl. That's right. I thank you for the love, boo. Come check me out. Yep, check me out. But yeah, I was just talking about basically, it's crazy that you came on here talking about that. That's what I was just talking about, Kai, kind of like that misery stuff. I just don't dwell in it, baby. I can't do it. All I want in my life is positive vibes. Somebody I can laugh with. Like I said, laugh with you, learn with you, and we can feed off one another. And not leech, but feed off one another. Meaning it's something that you can take from me, and it's something that I can take from you that you may have not known or, you know, been accustomed to in your life. Because time out. I just do not wallow in that. But I was telling him, Kai, have you? Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. What you say, Kai? Yes, it do. Okay? And they don't understand that company to only help that misery grow until it's out of control. And it's hard to get it. I don't do it. And it made me start thinking about it. I was listening to, have you ever heard that I Admit song by R. Kelly that he got on here? That's 19 minutes long. Well, he basically admitting stuff, but I was like, I ain't never listened to no 19-minute long song. Well, baby, he had me intrigued the whole doggone thing. But I was more upset with myself because to find out that thing was posted 4 years ago. And my friend just called me last night, telling some girl, go listen to it. I thought this is something the man just dropped it. And, you know, while he incarcerated, this man dropped this thing 4 years ago. And he said a lot of what I already thought. But did you ever hear it before, Kai? I said, it's crazy. That man talked about all the people that was around him. And they just let him, you know, they're basically saying that. Like, y'all let him crash out. Y'all know he wasn't rap type. I got through 5 minutes of it and got tired. He had that song in the no, kind of. It was kind of intriguing though, like to listen to it. And for the fact that he was able to keep me, that's what I said. For the fact that he was able to keep me focused for 19 minutes, listening to it. Because like he just told, like he did admit a lot, but he admitted without admitting, but he said a lot of things that a lot of us know. That man said, stop bringing y'all daughters to me. And I said that the whole time. That's why everybody should have went down. They need to stop saying the hands of one, hands are all on in certain situations. All of them should have went down. Parents first. Because y'all knew y'all, that's what he said, didn't get mad when things don't go y'all way. Don't go how y'all thought it was going to go. I said, I knew that too. When he produced that money, that's when they decided to bury him. I knew it. I knew that the whole time. But even though he's fully responsible, because as a grown man, you should have turned it away. Yeah, he said that, Kai. Yes, sir, he said that. Yep. And it's fresh on my mind, so I know. I just listened to it last night. Yes, he said that. He said, stop bringing your daughters to me and then get mad when things don't work out the way you wanted to work out. I told my husband, I said, see, I told you. I knew it. They was taking them children over there and expecting that man to make them famous. And when he didn't come through, and they didn't get the money that they thought they was going to get, they did that to that man. And that's the reason why they should be in jail too. Because y'all sold y'all babies for $1 before you even got the doggone dollar. It was bad enough you was willing to sell them. But you drop them off and ain't even get the dollar first. Yeah, that thing had me like, wow. Right, it's real interesting, Kyle. You might want to listen to it. You know, if you were at some point his fan or at some point, because I love me some Kelly now. A lot of people muting him. I know he was tired of eating them stale ass honey buns. I know it. And now they trying to bring up something else that they done already. How y'all gonna try to bring up something y'all already done freed the man on? I don't know who R. Kelly made mad, but he pissed somebody off. He pissed somebody off that's trying to make sure that he spent his last days in there, that he never see the light of day again. And the sad thing about it is people think this about them children. This ain't got nothing to do with them kids. What they doing to R. Kelly is personal. Why everybody in the world think, oh, he finally, it ain't got nothing to do with them kids. R. Kelly done went up against the wrong person, gotta be in that music industry or something, because they knew that man was doing that all these years. It wasn't nothing new. They were seeing those girls be hand delivered to that man. They knew it. But it's something he did. Just like something Bill did. You know? Where they felt like he was stepping out of line. So now, we gonna bury you. Exactly. Exactly, Kai. That's what I be telling people. They try to make it seem like they care about them kids. They don't care about them kids. They do not care about them kids. It don't have nothing to do with them kids. It's different if it had something to do with them kids. Them like R. Kelly up ain't got nothing to do. They just was able to use the kids to stick it to them. But in reality, the people who did it don't care nothing about them kids. And they all still generating revenue off that man's name. Like they know what they was doing, but they ain't had nothing to do with them kids. Because if that 19-year-old that went to the doggone concert, was all at the court dates. How the hell, tell me this, if you go to a court room, right, when this man already on trial for doing something with an underage little girl, and you meet him at the trial, again, chasing him, bothering him, because he don't know you from a can of paint. But you take your hot ass up there, trying to get you a piece of Mr. Kells, and he entertain you. How the hell later on you become a victim? How the hell you on a documentary? And then they say this stuff out loud. Like, y'all told us how she met him. Why the hell is she on a documentary? The documentary shouldn't have been about nobody but the actual victims, the little girls, not her. How the hell she get a place up there? Hey, R. Hey, Miss R, how you doing? Like, that don't even make no sense to me. She on that type of shit, victim. No, you not. You was around there chasing, trying to chase money. But you know what I say about that? A lot of people don't want to know don't like to hear the truth about that thing. Because at the same time, in a lot of African American homes, all you see is sugar daddy this, sugar daddy that. Sugar daddy this, sugar daddy that. Y'all push that agenda on your children, on your little girls especially. Oh, you better get you an older man. Oh, they take care of you. They do this, do that. And them little girls go chasing them old behind men. Like, they be chasing people that ain't got half as much as Kells. Now, then these little girls was able to get a hold of R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody acting like it was a surprise. Y'all stop. Y'all just stop it. Stop it now. Stop it. And then they don't like to hear the truth about it. They feel like you're taking up for them when you talk the truth. No, I ain't nobody taking up for him. But I know every D I was riding when I was 14, I wanted to ride it. Now let's say the real and uncut truth, and I knew what the hell I was doing too. Okay? Let's keep that all the way gangster. See, they don't want to know the truth. And the reality is little girls mature faster than boys. So yeah, they need to stop that. You know, let's just keep it gangster. Now, we want to tell something. Let's tell at the end of the day, he deserved to be punished regardless. But we ain't got to lie in the midst of it now. We ain't got to tell lies like that shit don't start at home. Excuse me, my language was R. I think that's what I said, R. Miss R, before you came on here, that's what I said, Kai. And he said that, Miss R, did you see that? He got something on YouTube, a song called I Admit. It's 19 minutes long. And in that song, that man say, stop bringing your daughters to me. And then basically get mad when things don't play out the way you wanted it to play out. I said, that's the same exact thing I said that they was doing. They was taking those little girls over there, hand delivering them to that man in hopes to get rich and famous. And when he didn't produce, they did this to him. That's why they should be in jail too. That's exactly why they should be in jail too. Because y'all sold y'all daughters. And allegedly, let me say allegedly, on that part. Allegedly sold y'all daughters and then try to act like y'all ain't know what was going on. And now y'all trying to bring up something from back in the day that y'all already cleared him of. Like, I just wonder who R. Kelly really pissed off, y'all. He pissed off somebody big. He had to. He pissed off somebody big because I ain't never seen y'all try to bring up something from all the way back. Now, y'all cleared that man or that video of that little girl, you know, when he's supposed to be, you know, urinating on or whatever. Y'all cleared that man of that thing. Why is y'all bringing that back up? He already got 30 years. Why? Y'all want to make sure that for some reason they want to make sure he never make it back out them prison doors. That's why I said he must have pissed off somebody, a big somebody too. He pissed somebody off. He pissed off the wrong person. And they trying to make him pay for it in the worst way. That man said, I got daughters too. What he say? I got daughters. Or I'm a parent or something. Yo, if y'all ain't go, let's go. Kai, finish the doggone thing, Kai. Top of 5 minutes. If you don't, go finish it. And listen to the thing, like for real. This man, I said, see, he's saying everything that I said from the beginning. And they don't want to hear it from a 14-year-old, you know, that was a 14-year-old active, you know, little girl, like the reality of what'll come out of that. Okay. The reality of what'll come out of that if they actually listen to teenage girls who have intercourse at an early age. The truth that will come out of that conversation, the world ain't ready for. You understand? The world not ready for that truth. How these little girls find themselves chasing men, looking for love in all the wrong places, offering up their bodies and stuff like that. Now, do I believe that a grown-ass man should know better? Yes, I do. But what I also, even in these situations where y'all took y'all kids to them, y'all should be held responsible just like him. Because neither you, y'all, nor him cared about those little girls. You understand? But at the same time, like I said, this was R. Kelly. Everybody know how girls have crushes and all that. Like this word just don't like to think about they don't want to always sugarcoat something. Like if you gonna put it out, even when you know, this somebody's life. Be honest about how it happened. And if you can still get convicted on the grounds of that, then get convicted on that. Get convicted. Y'all took y'all kids to this man door. This man ain't come by y'all house and snatch y'all kids off the porch. This man ain't come, you know, get y'all kids. Y'all took y'all kids to this man. Y'all should be in jail. But now all the pressures of what y'all did all these years ago, all that pressure on just his back while the rest of y'all walk around like y'all hands clean. All y'all hands dirty. Everybody that was around him hands is dirty. The parents' hands is dirty. Everybody's hands are dirty. And all of them need to be held accountable. But that's why I said they don't want it. Is very surprising, especially since these are Black children. They normally don't give a damn about us. That's what I said, Miss R. Exactly. It had nothing to do with the children. He must made some. Yep, exactly. Exactly, Miss R. And I believe it's the same kind of people that Kanye pissing off right now. Hey, beautiful blossom. I believe it's the same kind of people, Miss R, that Kanye pissing off right now. We hear me? We seeing this play out in real time. We seeing all the things that we were in at one time in the dark too. We seeing it right now. We just got to pay attention. We just got to pay attention. They do, Kyle. They do. They don't need to get another day. Hey, Kenya Watkins, how are you? They don't need to have another day out here. Because at the end of the day, you think that their children going to ever mess with them again? Because no matter what the court's saying and what y'all trying to make the outside believe, these kids are the one that's going to have that trauma forever. Those are the relationships y'all not going to be able to fix. The ones with y'all children. So y'all get him in that, him being in jail ain't going to change the fact that your child know that you took her to this man. You probably told her what to do so that he would sign her or and we going to be famous. It ain't going to change. It ain't going to change none of that. Y'all locking that man up ain't going to change none of that. Because again, y'all trying not to hold yourself accountable for the part that you played. And that happening to your doggone child. But I was like, I can't believe that this been sitting on here for 4 years and I ain't never heard it. But when it's priest, Miss Okay. All right, Miss R, say that again. Okay. Exactly. But instead of a lot of us just sitting back and letting them do what they do, and if we was gonna speak, not speak from emotion, a lot of us rallied behind for his demise. And it's crazy. This man took the time to do a whole 90-minute song basically telling he didn't say he was innocent. See, that's the thing. He held himself accountable for what he did. And that's just like the same thing. He said his sister did allegedly molested him. Why she ain't in jail? Since y'all investigating everything, this man tells everything. Why ain't nobody want to help him? He was a child when it happened to him. So why ain't nobody going to arrest his sister? Where's she at? She still living? Because she should be in jail too for what she did to him. He admitted in the song that he can't read, that he got dyslexia. I can't even say it. Dyslexia. He admitted so much in this song. Like this, like Kai, I'm telling you, Kai, you gotta go finish that thing, honey. You talking 5 minutes, baby. You ain't 5 minutes. Yeah, you gotta finish that thing, Kai. He told a lot that I would have never ever known. How he used to be at award shows and can't read the teleprompter, all kind. I'm like, wow. I never knew R. Kelly couldn't read. When I told that my husband that last night, he said, "Oh, they been saying that." I said, I just be tapping in when I want to tap in because I ain't heard none of this. I'm lost in the sauce. His sister drinking that Kool-Aid. That Kool-Aid. Oh. Yeah, but she need, yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, wow. It's just crazy how though if that was another color, and I'm being honest, I love everybody, but I'm gonna be honest here. If that was another color, they would have found every way to use his trauma, his childhood trauma from being taken advantage of to create some type of mental state that would have caused him to be the one to do this, and he wouldn't have got a day in jail. If he would have got anything, his behind would have went to the mental hospital to get help. They wouldn't have gave him 30 years. And they will protect each other, but we would. Exactly, Miss R. So fast every time. And it's always us. That's who you see going back and forth, doing the most. Our own people. Like, and a lot of us can actually speak from like kind of experience, but you rather not. You rather try to follow the masses and talk, say what you think people want to hear. I'm going to say what I mean. I don't care if you want to hear it or not, because I've been in different shoes and I can speak from experience. And everybody know that younger women, there's a lot of younger women that chase older men. That's just a fact. You know how many uncles should be in jail right now? How many cousins? There's a lot of men that should be in jail right now. And them little girls wasn't dropped off to them. They was in the home, but in the black home, what happens in this house stays in this house. You don't go back and tell that your uncle was fondling with you. You don't go back and tell every weekend when I drop you off down there to your uncle, auntie house, your cousins molest you. You don't tell because we handle that within the family. Or they make the little girl feel like she's worthless. Or that's all she worth. But then they get mad when she grew up acting that way, being promiscuous, not understanding that her body holds value because y'all allowed everybody in the family to touch her. You allowed everybody in the family to do whatever they wanted to do with her, and she was just supposed to keep quiet and stay in the child's place. Included in the child's place is protection from the damn parents. If your parents not gonna protect you, if you can't look for protection from the people that gave birth to you, that's a hard life. A lot of us was raised that sex is how we get. Oh, you is speaking today, Ms. R. Even from the sugar daddies. That is what they tell us. Y'all around here playing with them young boys. Them old men gonna take care of you. You ain't gonna need for nothing. That is what they teach. Even back in the days when I was coming, that's all I heard them talk about was sugar daddies. Even now, you always see them saying these young girls, they're looking for older men. They're chasing the sugar daddies. You know what I'm saying? And in the community, they make it seem like it's right. So how could nobody not feel like, wow, like, dang. You know, like, dang, why they doing that, man? You know, because to be honest, he did not, or, you know, he didn't the R word anybody. Everybody was hand delivered. And I don't think, you know what? And what I'm saying again, I'm not minimizing what happened, or I'm not saying he was right. But I'm just saying how everybody should be held accountable. And as a grown man, yes, he should have known better. But from what he say, I don't think he's mentally capable of really being honest. Because what was done to him was done to him. And do you think, and I was just wondering, even though he has a wife, for the fact that was his older sister that did that to him, it made me wonder if that's why he was so into, you know, younger girls. Like, did he not have a trust for older women because an older woman hurt him? And even his own sister put us out of, oh, you is speaking today. You is speaking today, and you done. Put us out of 18 and tell us if we got P, we should have all our bills paid. Okay. Somebody give Miss R that plaque today. Come on, y'all. Let's put these high fives up. She is speaking. All facts. That thing between your legs, your pockets shouldn't have. Don't be walking around here with a wet poonie and dry pockets. Yes. Oh, yes. They teach you to put that P on display, baby. Put that P on display. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with. All facts. Exactly. And that's exactly what I think, Ms. R. He's a grown man, but his maturity level is still stuck back in the child's in a child's place at the time when he was taken advantage of. His mind is still there. I don't think he was able to grow because he never dealt with that trauma. So he wasn't able to grow from that place. He's still stuck in that place. That's why he can't understand. That's why he was crying out, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? He don't understand why people allowed it to happen so long, because he didn't do it in the dark. Everybody around him knew he was doing it, and not just him was doing it. Everybody was doing it. All them record, the high record execs was doing it. It wasn't just him. You had allegedly Dame Dash. You had allegedly a lot of other people that was doing it too. And they did it out in the open. Aaliyah. Let's just say her, for instance. Like, this stuff was out in the open. And he was never held accountable, nor at that time being told he was wrong for doing it. This was R. Kelly. So to the world, he could do whatever. This was Dame Dash, so he could do whatever. Allegedly. So, but no, nobody don't want to look at none of that. It's just like another black man gone. Another black man, they're going to make sure don't ever step out the prison. You see what they're doing the bill again? Now, y'all let him out on something. Now, this man can't even see to tell you if he know these women or not. But y'all think it's okay to put him on trial for some new women that want to pop up. If y'all don't go to hell. But you know, you'll have our people. You'll have our people support 100%. Yeah, they'll be on all on the social media sites. But yeah, he deserved it. He did. Shut your stupid ass. Your uncle deserve it too. So does your daddy. So does your cousin, your brother. That been fondling with you, and he deserve it too. Had that energy with them. You was right there in those situations. You watched him fondle your little cousin or your little sister, and you did nothing. But you got a big old voice now that is somebody else. Brother, sister, cousin, daddy. Have that same energy in your own house. When your own African-American family, where we supposed to sweep everything under the rug, where kids ought to be seen, not heard, where people can do any god doggone thing to you, and you supposed to keep quiet. You supposed to not tarnish your family. But then when you go out here and be promiscuous and giving up your body to everybody, or everybody wanting you the black sheep of the family, now don't nobody want to be around you no more. Because now you're not letting them control who touch you. You starting to let other people, outside people touch you in the wrong way because you feel like that's all you worth. So now they can talk about it. Because you ain't now, it's no longer you allowing people inside the home to do it. Now you letting people on the outside of the home do it. So now they can talk about you because now the streets watching. When they could have helped you ahead of time and locked some of us up and taught you that you were worthy and that what was happening to you was wrong and that you didn't deserve it. And these brothers and cousins and uncles could have had their ass in jail right beside you. Okay? And you would have grew up to be a better little girl that thought that you were worthy. Understood that your life had no limitations. Understood that you were more than what's between your legs. You would have understood that God loves you. You would have understood that as long as you breathe, anything you go through in life, you can overcome it. You would have understood that that thing between your legs is something sacred. You would have understood that it's okay to save it for your husband, for the man that God chooses for you, and not the man you go run to and just marry, the man that God sends to you and make your husband, your soulmate. It's okay to wait on him. Exactly. When you go to him about birth control, Miss R, this is a great point. She said, and then then they don't tell you nothing about birth control, and then call us fast when you get pregnant. And let's not forget the granddaddies that started the crap. Okay. Good afternoon, Terry Cota. How you doing? Exactly. And they want to sweep it all under the rug because Papa can't go to jail. But Papa wants you to come sit on his damn lap. Papa wants you to come sit on his lap. And not in no innocent way. But oh, it's Papa, so he get a pass. You better never tell nobody what Papa did to you. That's your Papa. He took care of your mama. He made sure your mama and your grandmama was okay. And as a treat, we give Papa you from time to time. But you appreciate what Papa done did for you. And you don't say nothing. And Papa sitting there, oh yeah, lock him out. You looking over at Papa like, if you don't shut the hell up, you need to be in there with him. You nasty old. Okay. But Papa get a pass. Cousins, uncles, they get a pass. And now, you hearing more when he's coming out that the women, that the girls doing the foolishness. And it's just that everybody should just be held accountable when it comes to that because they don't understand what they create. But as soon as that child is out here doing the most, then everybody got something to say then. Where the hell was y'all opinions when y'all knew what was happening to that child? Where was all these opinions then? Where was all this energy when y'all could have saved this child and chose to keep quiet? Where was that energy? Where was that energy when that little girl came and told you her body's starting to feel different? She thinks she may need birth control because she don't want to get pregnant, but those feelings are already there now because they say you can't miss what you never had, but she's had it from Papa and uncle and cousin. So now she coming to you because she don't want no ill, babies from inside or outside. But then when she comes and says she want birth control, get your fast ass out my face before I whoop you. Okay. Oh, that's the response. Don't ever get comfortable enough to come to me in my face and tell me you wanna. Oh, okay. We would have loved ourselves unconditionally and not unconditionally. I said unconditionally, Lord Jesus. We would have loved ourselves unconditionally and not been looking to please everyone except ourselves. Took me 50. Miss R, a lot of these situations that I'm saying in third person, I'm speaking about myself. Okay. So I totally get what you're saying. A little child walking out here alone and feel like because she can make a man feel good, that's her worth. I know how to make a man feel good. You know, so can't nobody tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy that they will let, like I said, some of the most dysfunctional families in the world. You hear me? Are the ones a lot of us are a part of. A lot of us. So sometimes you find it so easy to when you see your life in front of your face through somebody else's situation is easy to critique. As long as you're critiquing it and never say that I understand or I can relate, nobody won't know that you're going through the same pain. So you use that energy to be dismissive and to down somebody else that's going through something that you know you went through, but you ain't even strong enough to speak up. You rather just try to use that energy negatively towards somebody that's walking in your shoes right now instead of helping them heal from it the best way that they can. Because 9 out of 10, you haven't healed from. Even then, when you heal from stuff, you never forget it. So sometimes when you feel like you healed, this stuff come back up. This is the chat that have over 1,000 people in it. That should have over 1,000 people in it. Goes viral. This is what we should be discussing. That's right, Ms. R. Because these are the things that are really going on in the African American homes, and it just in the world. Period. We are watching our people. Even though, again, I'm not saying that they should not have to pay for the things that they do, but we watching our people pay more than other people. Everybody should pay the same price when it comes to the judicial system and doing stuff like that, you know. And it should just still be fair around the board. But like I said, when it's the other race, you don't see all them under 1,000 posters talking about each other and even keep talking about it like that in a negative way at all. They do their best to hush, sort of die down. And that's crazy because most of us, the African American people, we was taught to shut the hell up. That's why they so vocal now when it's our brothers up there and our sisters up there that's going through it. They so vocal because they never had a voice in their own home. So it be so vocal, and they really expressing the feelings that they want, that they have against Papa and uncle and cousin. They deflecting those feelings on these people that they don't even know, just going off what they heard. Because they don't want to go back and have to address what's going on in their house. And the reality of it is, if you go back and address what happened in your house back 30 years ago, they ain't going to jail. Because they ain't R. Kelly. They ain't got the money. It's not beneficial. It's not beneficial to nobody for Papa and cousin and uncle to pay for what they did to you. That's the reality. They ain't going back 30 years and making them pay for molesting you. They ain't going to make them pay for that. They ain't going to make them go back 30 years and pay for it. Or 20 years and pay for it. They ain't going to make them pay for it. And this is just another thing. So they take that anger out on the wrong people. But you still got to look at these people every day. That's like me. When I first met my husband, one of my cousins came over. And it was the first time he met my husband. He came to my house and he gave me a hug. And me, unconscious, not even knowing, right? He went to give me a hug and my body started to shake, right? And again, I'm not knowing my body is doing this. So when he leaves, my husband said, "Hey, what's up with you? You sure that's your cousin?" I said, "Yeah, that's my cousin. What are you talking about?" He said, "Why did your body shake like that?" He was like, as soon as he put his hands on you to hug you, Mika, your body started to shake. Like you were deaf scared, you know? I said, "Really? I didn't even realize it was doing that." And he was like, nah, man, talk to me. Something ain't right. So I told him what happened. And he was so, oh, he was livid. And he said, well, how could you still deal with him? I said, as life goes on, you taught to get hard skin. And you're taught to, when they make you sweep it under the rug so much and nobody else ever cares. So I feel like, why keep carrying it on? Just be normal. Just act like nothing ever happened. I said, but I guess as much as I bear that trauma, it came out when he laid his hands on me to hug me. Because somewhere deep inside, because I worked all my life to try to bury it. I said, well, somewhere deep inside that trauma still resides, I guess. So when he touched me, my body reacted. So, and I was like, ain't no need to talk about it now. It's over with. And there's unfortunately a lot of girls like me. There's a lot of women like me that feel the same way. Like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing no way. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing no way. Ain't nobody gonna never fix it. It can't be fixed now. I just gotta continue to cope with it and live through it. Period. That's it. The end of it. I don't need, you feel like you don't need to talk to nobody about it. What that's gonna change? That ain't gonna change nothing. It ain't gonna change the fact that it happened. Your words can't change what has happened. And you ain't the person, the counselor, ain't nobody, that ain't who I want to fix it. I wanted the people who were supposed to protect me. They didn't. You don't even know me, so you don't got no genuine love, you don't got no genuine love for me. I don't need you to help me with nothing. That is the way we grow up feeling. So now we just might, you feel like ain't no need to keep talking about it. It's over with. It's done. It's done and over with. Ain't no need to keep talking about it. But you act out different things, during your life that are caused by those traumas. And you don't even sometimes know that you're doing it. You just feel like you're being normal. But those traumas, they never really go away. Again, you learn how to cope with them. They don't never go away. Okay. This is okay. I read that. Miss Artie said something else. Thank you so much, Blossom. 60% of African Americans over the age of 40 was either molested or knows a family member that was. Yep. That's right, Miss R. That's right. And then it makes you grow up so like my daughters will tell you right now, they be like, we can never do nothing. And so it affects them. But in my mind, I'm just protecting them because the stuff that was happening to me by my family. So I'm like, y'all not standing at nobody's house that got no boy cousins, no nothing. No, y'all can't stay. Or ask yourself, how can someone else fix it? Exactly, Ms. R. Like, and so their whole life they have been totally, every time mad because I never let them stay the night over a friend's house. Wouldn't let them stay the night with family at, much often at all. Sometimes my husband put his foot down like, Mika, stop. Nobody's gonna hurt them. That's what you say. That's what I thought too. Nobody would hurt them. That nobody would hurt me. That's what I thought. I thought that too. That nobody would hurt me. Yep, that's how I am. Very, very. They call me an airplane parent. And I asked them what that means. Say, you always hovering over us. Whatever. My 11-year-old was just talking about it. Can I stay the night? No. She's like, Mom, you messing up my whole plans. Girl, bye. She said, I promise you. And that's when I knew. And that's why this kind of came to my mind too. Because she told me, I promise you, it's no man in that house. There's no brother, no daddy. Listen, I don't know. I'm just not comfortable. So then I look at the hurt on her eye, on her face. And because she just want to be a normal child. And in her mind, she don't think that the bad stuff could happen. I called you a warden. She don't think she's an innocent baby. She don't think that bad stuff can happen. And you want your children's mind to stay innocent like that, but just because of what I come from, I can't let her mind stay like that. Because I know that's just not true. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to babies. Bad things happen. that people be so undeserving of. Bad things happen. My house was the hangout house. That's how mine exactly. That's why everybody be at my house because I don't want mine to go to nobody's house. That's exactly why. Y'all can come over here. But shoot, I don't know. That's why y'all dang, you already got 9 when all 9 of them was in the house. And damn, you want to have everybody else? Mind your business. Let me run my house the way I run my house. Because as long as they ain't here, you know they ain't in the streets getting in trouble. Mind the business that pay you. But you know, it just be, they don't understand, man. Those traumas carry on forever, man. Those traumas, I don't care nobody say, I'm 100% healed. You a lie. Nobody can 100% heal you from something so traumatic. You learn to cope. And you become damn good at hiding. You become damn, that's all. That's the actual skill that you learn. When you're taught to be quiet and not talk about it, you become damn good at hiding. You become damn good at putting on a straight face. But the trauma's still there. How could you ever forget somebody doing something like that to you? Nah, you learn to cope because you know your life go on. And you know as long as you sit there and allow yourself to wallow in that, you allow that person to re-victimize you every day of your life. So you learn to cope because you don't want that person to have that kind of power over you no more. You know they don't deserve that power. So you learn to cope and be strong. But that pain still remains. And like I said, it acts out in your everyday life. And sometimes you notice and sometimes you don't. But it's there. Like I said, when my baby sat on my end of my bed today, she was like, why I can't stay the night? Every time I actually stay the night with my friends, they can come over here, but I can never go to them. And my heart, like I said, was breaking. I'm like, she can't even have a normal life because of what happened to me. And my other daughters used to be the same way, like, Mom, come on. And I'm like, I don't want them to have ill feelings towards me. They just don't understand. At Blossom, this is the live that everyone should share, and we have an open discussion on. This will help others learn to cope with trauma. Thank you, Miss R. I appreciate that. And see, this is why I created this platform, just to talk sometimes, because like I said, it's, I don't really be around people, but I know a lot of things in my life, man. Some of my stories other people go through in silence. They go through that hurt and that trauma in silence because, again, we're automatically taught to be quiet. We automatically taught not to say nothing. And sometimes when the most embarrassing stuff in your life, you come out and say it, you actually think in your mind that you'll be ashamed of yourself, or a person can make you feel lower than you already walk around feeling every day. But then you realize letting it out is a part of your healing. Because you understand there's other little girls that are just like you. We're told to shut up. We're told not to talk about what happened in your mama household. Was told, you be quiet. You don't hurt your family members. What they did to you, they ain't mean it. Or you were told that you was too grown, or that you was hot with your hot ass. And you started to mentally believe that stuff. You started to mentally believe that you were what they say you were. But you're not. You're who you say you are. One thing my grandma always taught me, you're not who they say you are. It's not what they say you are, it's what you answer to. It don't matter what they say. People gonna say what they want to say. It's gonna always be somebody in this world that don't like you. It's always gonna be somebody in this world that take your story and twist it or try to use it to make you feel low about yourself. Let them do it. You and my stories are like one. Every live I come to on your platform, like, okay. I'm glad. I'm so glad, Miss R, that I'm not glad you went through it, but I'm glad that you understand what I be saying, because just people just don't understand. Like those hurt little girls grow into hurt women. And the reality is hurt people hurt people. It make you on the defense all the time. And then sometimes you inflicting pain to other people that you don't even understand it, why it's painful. You feel like, oh, they should just understand. But you got to understand, they ain't walking in they ain't walk in the shoes that you walking in, so they don't understand why you the way you are. They just feel like you want, like, even the children, they just feel like you want to make their life a living hell. You don't want them to do nothing. You don't want them to go nowhere. You don't want them to have no fun. You want them to be miserable like you. That's the way they feel. Because again, they don't think it can happen to them because it shouldn't ever happen to anybody. But it does. It does. That's the reality. It does. And that's why every time I see somebody, making fun of it or trying to put a name on, even promiscuous women, it makes me cringe. Like, how dare you? How dare you? People acting out, if you're not going to offer something that may can help them or do your best to help them, just hush. Because like I said, life and death lives in the tongue. You got to be careful about what you put your mouth on. If you don't want to help somebody, and sometimes it just be some people, even on the internet, some people can be whoever the heck they want to be on this internet. Some people just put out stuff for you to talk about it because they know you're going to be negative, a negative Nancy. They know you're going to say some old negative stuff. So I just feel like sometimes you shouldn't take it. You shouldn't be so deep into somebody else's business. You shouldn't make you feel no kind of way. Not unless a child's being hurt or something like that. But if a grown behind person is doing grown behind stuff, that's on them. From our moms to our childhood to our parenting. Oh Lord, and we think we by ourselves. I'm much older than you, so that just shows you that it keeps going. Yep, we owe our. Yep, that's right, Ms. R. And that's the thing. We don't even know how to give them better because we never saw better. We wasn't taught better. All we know to do is keep them in the house. I was never exposed to, being able to go to a friend house and just stand at a friend house and understand it's okay to stay the night with a friend, that you don't have to worry about being hurt because the hurt was starting at home. Well, not in my house, it wasn't like my dad and nothing like that, but it was my cousins dropping me off on the weekends to cousins' houses and stuff like that. So the hurt started there. So if I can't trust the ones who got the same blood as me, if I'm up in somebody's house that night, top of a friend house, I'm shaking. My eyes up. I'm looking around. And the craziest thing, it make you wonder even sometimes about anybody that's around your daughters. I don't care who it is. Anybody that's around your daughters, you look at them side eye. Even when you kind of is a part of your life, is a part of your heart that know for sure, 100% that they would never hurt your child. It's still that trauma that lives in you that think that they may be capable, shoot everybody, and that's the saddest part. Because you grow up and you can't trust nobody around your doggone children, even your daughters. And it's a part of you that be feeling bad, like only if they knew what I was thinking about them in my mind, they would be hurt. But I can't stop myself from thinking it. Even though a part of me know better, I can't stop my mind. I can't stop my mind from keep going there. It just keeps going there. I don't care how much I love them and how much love they show me. My mind won't stop. It just will not stop going to that place. And it's like I said, you live with those things forever. But not just that, any trauma. You live with it forever, but you just learn how to cope. You be real good you become very good at being being deceitful. And when I say deceitful, I'm not meaning like in a bad manner. I mean it when somebody's saying, is you okay? You've now learned to put on a happy face even when you dying inside. You've learned how to make everybody else in your life a priority because you don't really even want to look at you anymore because you're disgusted by what's looking back. You don't even understand that you didn't deserve what happened to you. You was a child. And you didn't deserve it. And you're going to be all right. Because you lived through it. I protected my babies as much as I could. And one still got violated. Oh God. People never understand. Oh Jesus. That's right. You become very good at making sure everybody happy. You make it your job to make sure that nobody ever feels like you feel. So you put everybody in your life before yourself. Because you feel like you already damaged. You already broken. It ain't no hope for you. But you damn sure gonna make sure that nobody around you ever feels the same. And you completely lose yourself in that process. You know? But we learn to cope. Like I said, you learn to cope. You learn that it's something that you had to go through. You know? It's something that you was just something unfortunately chosen for your life. But you made it through. And at some point in your life, somebody else is gonna come through that you're gonna have to save. You're gonna find yourself in a place where you meet somebody that needs you. And you endured that hurt to save that person. And you didn't even understand it in that moment. Why were you the one chosen to go through so much and you see so many little girls just live normal lives? Why out of every girl on the block? Why did this have to knock on my door? You know? I'm crying with you. But please know that no matter how long. That's right. We're right. We're right. That's why, I know we can't give up. It's not an option. It's not an option to ever give up. Sometimes you're going to cry. Because, like I said, no matter how deep, deep, deep you bury that trauma, it's still there. It's still there. It's something you live with forever. And again, you just learn to cope with it. So, especially now, I don't usually sit down and talk about these things. But now, as I got older, and I feel like it's time. So that's why the tears are falling, because it's doors that I closed. That's right. It's been my life protecting my kids. And now my granddaughters too. Or my grandson. My daughters will tell you. I'm like, who house? Don't send them to nobody's house. They'll be like, man, mine, you just. I said, did you ever stay mad at anybody's house? So now I'm teaching that same defense mechanism to my girls, when in reality, they just may not, you know, their babies have other sides of the family. They have fathers who have families. You know, we never forget, and we still. That's right. That's correct, Miss R. And so even my daughters be like, "Mom, you got to chill," but they don't understand. Your home and your family should be where you always feel safe. When that is broken, that's hard to come back from. When that happened within the people that you trust the most, the first people that you ever knew in your life, the ones that should have taught you what love is, and are the ones that break you. That's a hell of a burden to carry, and it's a heavy one. When the ones who's supposed to build your spirit and build you up are the ones responsible solely for breaking you. And everybody else around is just as responsible, because they allowed it. They knew. And they allowed it. Yep, my grandbaby be like, Mom, I want to go over there with my papa, Nana. Or I want to go to my grand. I'd be like, oh. But she had all my grandchildren have great, other sides of the family. And with my sons, of course, we're the other side of the family, but they all have great other sides of the family. It's just my trauma. It just make it hard. But they mama's like, I ain't falling into that mess with you. You better fix it. But they do know why I am the way I am. They do know some of my childhood, but I'd never got into like every step of it. But I did explain to them about, the molestation, because they wanted to know why they could never do nothing. So when they were young, I had to come out and tell them why. This is why. And so they just looked at me for a while like, oh man, Ma, like you the strongest woman in the world. I can't imagine that this used to happen to you. She's like, Mom, but I never seen you act funny with none of your family members. I said, exactly. Because I've been taught to just hide it and don't talk about it, because you don't talk about your family. For me, I didn't really start suffering from until my kids got grown. I broke when they left. Yep. And that's the crazy thing. Because you don't have, that's the thing. You don't have no time when you raising your babies and stuff like that. You don't feel like you have time for yourself at all. So the fact that you already feel like you don't have time for yourself, there's no time to wallow in your trauma. There's no time to really think back to your childhood. You don't have time. You moving these babies. You worrying about raising them, and which is a full-time job. There's just no time to sit back. And that's probably what's going on with me too, because my first 5 are gone. They grown and gone, having babies of their own. And then my first 4, I have 5 still in the home, but they still older doing their own thing, except for my little 2-year-old and my 11-year-old, which are both girls. But my 11-year-old, she just I think what brought it back up today is just to watch her sit on the end of my bed so upset with me, because she want to be able to stay the night at her friend's house, and I just don't know how to let her. And then when I told her no, she looked at me like, like I'm the worst person in the world. You messed up our whole thing. We were going to go jumping at the jumping park, and then we were supposed to stay the night. And she looking at me like, why you always want to ruin my life? I'm just like, oh. So now I feel like a sucky mother, because she just want to, have an innocent, little night with her. I don't know, y'all. Right. I want them to think I'm the strongest person, so they know, yep. And that's why I always had an open dialogue with my kids about that. I don't care who it is. I would never think you lying. Tell me immediately. I would never think you lying. I ain't gonna never question what you say. You let me know. And mama gonna hold them accountable. Because it's just, it's unfortunate when it's just, you just never know where it can be coming from. It can be coming from the person you laying beside every night. It's just crazy. You just never know where that demon arise from. It just arises. You just never know. And you can't look at a person and, know for sure they're going to do that to your child. That's one of the things that's so well hidden in people that you just will never know. But it just makes it so much worse when you know that it's happening to your child and you don't give a damn, because it's your family and your child's family. Like, so you just think it's okay, that the child just need to be quiet. They ain't kill you. What don't kill you make you stronger. The hell you say. The hell you say. What don't kill you teach you how to act stronger. The hell you say. You learn how to be strong even for those babies, because you gotta be. But who's strong for you? And most of the time you be strong because ain't nobody else gonna be strong for you. Nobody else can be strong for you. You gotta be strong for yourself. You strong because you don't have a choice. You can't have a moment of weakness. Hey, free little goddess, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. You can't have a moment of weakness, or you selfish. You can't have a moment to yourself, or you're being selfish. So when is the time? There is no time to deal with it. It teaches you to hide better. Exactly. That's what you learn how to do. You learn how to hide better. You know? You learn how to become very good at hiding. That's all it teaches you. But you do when you choose, you can't get power from that pain though. Because I've gotten a lot of power from that pain. It gave me the power to be a better mother, a better protector for my children. Hey, Lisa Parker, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. It gave me the strength to do that. It gave me the strength to not allow nobody to pull the same wool over my eyes. Don't be too excited about my child trying to stay the night with you. Don't be doing all that crazy. It made me watch and pay attention to a lot of things that normal people probably don't even pay attention to, that never went through it. They just think somebody being friendly or that's their family member. They just being family. Oh, hell no. It's certain things I'm going to watch for. Don't overly do nothing when it comes to mine. Because once I feel suspect about you, more than just what be going on in my head, because I know how to separate the two. My head do its own thing, Exactly. That is a no-no. Don't be doing too much when it comes to my children. My head do one thing that I know is a constant thing. But then if I'm around somebody and I'm feeling something, that's something totally different. I'm going to watch you around mine. I'm going to watch every move you make around mine. And people can feel how they want to feel. I'm not saying that you would do it. What I'm telling you is the people that did it to me, I never knew that they would do it either. So you ain't exempt from me thinking or just making sure that you're not a low-key, crazy person. That you're not low-key on no bull. You ain't going to stop me. I'm going to analyze everybody that come in my space in that same manner. Because I have to. Because I can't drop the ball. And even when you analyze them a lot, 100%, sometimes you still can't stop it. It's unfortunate. But we're gonna doggone sure do the best we can to try to. I have power to be a better me. It made me know folks' true intentions. It be the main ones you trust. Exactly. I have the power to be a better me. It made me watch my circle and cut people. That's right, Ms. R. I'm telling you. And I ain't gonna cut you off about nothing. It's gonna be them turn. If you move funny around mines, or if I even think, I don't have to give you an explanation why I don't want you in my space. I just don't want you in my space. Those my babies. I don't want you. You move funny. I don't want you in my space. I don't want you around no. That's just the way I feel. Like, you shouldn't ever make anybody feel like you're trying to be weird around a child anyway. Most of the time when you feel like that, you right. I don't care what nobody say. If you get that feeling, 99% of the time, you are 100% right. You just stopped it before it could happen. Hey, Terry Cody, how are you? Oh, did I already speak to you? I think I did. You just stopped it before it could happen. You right. Your intuition ain't wrong. A woman's intuition is very strong, and we don't have it for no reason. Hey, Sting of the Black Scorpions, thank you for joining us. You don't have that intuition for no reason. It's there for a reason. You feeling, if somebody in your space and you getting a real, real bad vibe, it's there for a reason. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Ignoring those signs could be very detrimental. I don't care how much you love somebody. Because you get more pain from the ones you love than strangers. More pain come from within your house and within your family than the strangers. Sometimes strangers will love you more than your own people will. Sometimes strangers will support you more than your own people will. A lot of times your people want to see you do good in life, but as long as you're not doing gooder than them, they want you to stay at a level where you're comfortable. But they don't want to see you succeed or excel past whatever value they put on their life or their achievements. We all got different dreams. A woman's intuition is the strongest sense of them all. Yes, ma'am, it's all the strongest. I ain't ignoring mine. Everybody be like, oh, she be doing. I don't care. Feel how you want to feel. I get bad vibes. I get bad vibes. Everybody that come around you not going to give you bad vibes. So if you giving me bad vibes, it's something off about you. It's something real off about you that's making my intuition go into overdrive. And you making me uncomfortable now in my space. So you ain't finna make me uncomfortable in my space. You got to move around. You giving me bad vibes. You got to go. You got to go. I do not play with that. I do not play with that. I'm not. My cousin will tell you quick. Even when they, they'll tell you, she in somebody's space, she be like, I'm about to go. Or don't bring, and they'll tell you, don't bring nobody to my house with you. You come by yourself. Don't bring nobody don't you bring nobody with you to my house. Oh, Mika, stop being mean. I said what I said. Don't bring nobody in my space. I don't want to meet no new friend. Them your friend. Oh, I can't stand those friends. Oh, they so friendly. But yeah, we just really have to, and the sad thing about it is sometimes once you get of a certain age where you start to evaluate your life and who you are, and you finally realize that those people will never be held accountable for what they did for you. Did to you. And that's the hardest reality. Like, nobody will never pay for what happened to you. So then you go through that phase where you feel like, dang, you mean nobody loved me enough to feel like these people should be held accountable for what they did. And that's crazy. That nobody felt that, you should be protected. Like, they care so much about how people on the outside will look at the family that they would just let that happen and nobody do nothing. That's some real deep mess. That's some real bull. That's some real bull. That's one of those realities that just smack you like, oh, wow. Like, how could you? Thank you for this chat this morning. I was really struggling this morning, and this allowed me to talk. Thank you so much for contributing to the conversation, Ms. R. I love that. And if you have any other topics you want to talk about, y'all can always let me know. And we can get on here and talk about it, cry about it. If y'all want to join the panel, I don't mind none of that. Because that is why I'm here. So we can start the healing the best way we can. Because like I said, I'm not finna sit up here and say you can be 100% healed from those kind of traumas. Because no, you can't. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have time. I ain't going to lie to you, make it sound fly to you. But we can get on here sometimes if you feel like it and want to talk about it. So we can try to help start your day off better than you may have woke up feeling. Because every day ain't a good day. That's just facts. Every day that's right, Ms. R. It made you feel unworthy. Exactly. It made you feel unloved, unworthy. And no child deserved to feel like that. No child that is solely the responsibility of adults should ever grow up feeling unloved and unworthy. Like that's the saddest thing. That people, and they let it slide. They let it slide, child. Just stop talking about it. It'll go away. No, it don't. Exactly. You can learn to cope. You don't heal from it. Even when nobody was held accountable or nothing, like, what steps have you put in to help me heal? Just keep talking about it. No, sometimes it's good to talk about it to get it off, but it's not going to heal me. Because when I needed y'all to, when it was at a place where I probably could have been healed, none of y'all care. Enough. So now it ain't no healing. It's you learn how to cope. It's no healing from that. It's no healing from that. But again, you learn how to cope, and I learned that I have other things in my life that I have to focus on. So I put that extra energy into my children and into my life because I can't let it control me. It happened. I move on. You know, I can't because I got a lot of people depending on me to be okay. So I have no choice but to be okay. I can't have a weak moment. My weak moment is just now when I was crying on here. That's for that few seconds. That's my weak moment. That's all the time I got. And that was hard to get, okay? Because when I got off work, I'm like, I'm going live. Get out my room. They was just ready to pile up. I said, no, I'm going to go live for a minute and talk. You know? But after I hang up, that's it. There's no more time to talk about it. There's no more time to think about it. I go back to my normal routine. I have to. And it's definitely not our fault. We didn't ask for that. We didn't deserve that. But it's the cards we was dealt. We lived through it though. You know, Miss R, we made it through. We lived through it. So we know God got to have a plan for us. We lived through it. That's the biggest part of it. Making it through it, you know. Some people unfortunately don't live through it. Some people unfortunately let it consume their mind so much that they end their lives, you know. But we lived and living through it. We ain't gonna let it defeat us. We will not be defeated. And at some point, even if they don't deal with it here, when it's time for them to stand in front of God, they will deal with it. They will be held accountable for it. That's the solace I find in it. You may not be punished here on earth, but God waiting on you. And when you come, He gonna see about me. You gonna have to answer for what you did to me. So go on and enjoy your life now, baby. The time will come where you answer for what you did. Everybody will answer. I came not too long ago. What is the conversation? Hi Lisa, how are you? We were just talking about you know, children being taken advantage of. I started it by talking about I had heard this thing R. Kelly put on here about I had just heard it, but it was something I guess he did 4 years ago. He did a 19-minute song on YouTube about said something about I admit. So he was just admitting a lot of things in his life, and it started a more heavier conversation. That's all. It's a great thing. So if you didn't, I see you said you came at the end. If you don't mind, you can catch the replay afterwards. It's a great conversation. That's right. God don't play about me. That's what I tell him. God don't play about me, baby. You will reap what you have sown. Whether it's here or on the other side, you gonna pay for it. You gonna pay for what you did. Boy, I'm gonna let y'all go on with y'all Saturday. I might come back a little later in better spirits. Cause this one got way deep, honey. I ain't come on here to be crying, Miss R. But I love it. I love every minute of it. And this is the kind of stuff that I want us to continue to do, you know? Because a lot of times self-reflection and getting it off your chest helps. Helps a whole lot. And you better hope you pay for sins on earth because because that exactly the sting of scorpion, exactly the sting of the black scorpion. Okay, Miss Lisa, thank you. Yeah, you better hope, because baby, that one after that next place you're going, that's everlasting. So you better go ahead and pay for it on this side. You have a blessed day as well, Miss R, and everybody in the chat. Again, I thank you all for joining me. I appreciate y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all chose to be here with me, and I thank y'all so much. And I pray that you all enjoyed the content, and hope to see you all next live. May today be blessed and prosperous. May today be better than yesterday, and may tomorrow be better than today. You're one day closer to your season. You all have a blessed day.